All right, let's get into it. Today, we're not just looking at some dry report on education. Nope. Think of this more like a quest. We're on the hunt for the essential ingredients for a totally new, way more effective way of learning. It's like we're going to put together the perfect recipe for the classroom of the future.
So let's kick things off with a big question, one that really challenges everything we think we know about school. I mean, if learning isn't just about memorizing a bunch of facts for a test, then what is it, really? How does real, actual learning happen? The kind that sticks with you. Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. Okay, so our first ingredient in this new recipe, it's a huge one. It's all about this massive shift away from just passively sitting and listening to someone talk. We're talking about active participation. It's like we're trading the lecture hall for a hands-on lab. The big idea here is simple: learning by doing.
But okay, what does learning by doing actually look like? Well, there's a term for it: experiential learning. And really, it just means you're putting students right in the middle of the action. They're not just reading about something, they're taking on a role. They're digging into a real-world case study. They're tackling a messy, authentic problem. It's all about getting your hands dirty, so to speak. So, you might be asking, why bother with all this? Is it worth it? Absolutely. The results are just so powerful. See, this approach goes way beyond just memorizing stuff. It actually builds skills that last. We're talking about developing critical thinking, making smarter decisions. But maybe the most important thing, it connects what you learn in the classroom directly to real life. You're building skills you can actually use.
But hang on, you can have the coolest simulations, the most realistic problems you can imagine, and none of it will work without this one kind of secret ingredient. It's the one thing that makes all the difference. So what's the magic condition that lets this whole learning by doing thing actually thrive?
And this quote just nails it. The secret ingredient, the real game changer, is a climate of trust. You could call it psychological safety. It really boils down to creating an environment where it's okay to make mistakes, a space where students feel free to try something new, to mess up, to rehearse, to create, all without that constant fear of being judged. And I mean, look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got the old-school fear-based classroom. It basically punishes you for getting things wrong, right? So creativity gets crushed and nobody wants to speak up. But in a trust-based classroom, the whole script gets flipped. Mistakes aren't punishments. They're seen as opportunities to learn. The classroom literally becomes an engine for creativity. And that's where the magic really happens. When students feel safe, it's not just some fuzzy feel-good concept. It leads to real, tangible results. When you take away that fear, you unlock so much potential. Creativity blossoms. People naturally start working together. And maybe most importantly, you build resilience, that crucial skill of being able to get knocked down and get right back up again. Okay, so we've got our main ingredients, learning by doing, and a big dose of trust. Now, how do we actually cook this thing? It's time to step into the modern kitchen, if you will, and see how these ideas come to life with the right tools, the right labs, and of course, the right chefs. So here's how it actually works in one of these modern learning labs. Step 1, you recreate these really authentic, real-world situations. Step 2, you let students practice in a safe, controlled way using simulators. But then comes the most critical part of the whole process, the debriefing. This is where the learning really sticks. After it's all over, everyone gets together to break down what happened. And the goal isn't to point fingers or assign blame, it's to pull out every last drop of learning from that experience. And another cool tool they have in this kitchen is something called gamification. Now, this doesn't mean turning history class into a video game. It's way smarter than that. It's about strategically using things from games, like points or challenges or progress bars, to tap into that natural human drive to achieve things. It's a fantastic way to boost motivation and keep everyone engaged. All right, so we have our recipe, we've got our tools. But you know what they say? Any great kitchen is only as good as its chef. So what about the teachers? Well, their role in this whole new model has to change, like dramatically. They're not just the sage on the stage anymore. They're facilitators, guides. They're the chefs orchestrating the whole experience. And just look at this breakdown. It's so perfectly balanced, isn't it? Training a modern teacher isn't just about showing them how to use the latest tech. Not at all. It's really about 3 equally important pillars. You've got the tech skills to actually run the lab, sure, but then you also need the communication skills to lead an amazing debrief session. And finally, you need that emotional and social intelligence to build that all-important climate of trust we talked about. And here's the thing. This is the real long-term payoff. When you invest in training your teachers like this, you're doing so much more than just improving a few classes here and there. You're actually building a lasting culture of innovation, one that can grow and change for years and years. It literally becomes part of the school's DNA.
Okay, we've gathered the ingredients, we've set up the kitchen, and we've trained the chefs. So now, it's time for the main course, the final dish. After all this, what is the ultimate goal? What are we actually hoping to create with this recipe?
And this is it. This is the whole point. The ultimate goal here isn't just to get a better grade on a test. It's so much deeper than that. It's about cultivating what you might call core human competencies. The entire model, from top to bottom, is designed to build a student's ability to think critically, to communicate effectively, and to develop those crucial socio-affective skills. You know, the ability to really connect with other people and understand yourself.
And why is this so important? Well, because these skills, they're the foundation for pretty much everything else in life. They are literally the keys that unlock the door to success in school, to a fulfilling career, and honestly, to just being a happy, well-rounded person.
So, that leaves us with one last, kind of provocative question to chew on. If we actually succeed at this, if we make the classroom the perfect simulation for life, are we really preparing students for the real world? Or have we just gotten really good at creating a better game? It's definitely something to think about as we all try to figure out what learning should really look like.